miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Good evening, everybody. It's Mark Klein hanging out with you. Welcome to another Long Island Blues Warehouse. As always, at the world-renowned EKO Studios, Deer Park, New York. EKOProductions.com will get you the information on those boys, and I encourage you to check it out when you can. Tonight, we're talking to a musician that has been playing to live audiences for over 40 years. He goes to Europe. He's been to Europe a lot. He goes to Sweden every year. He's played all around the country, and he's recorded and or toured with anybody from Mick Taylor, Matt Guitar Murphy, Albert Collins, Joe Louis Walker, Kim Simmons, just to name a few. Tonight, we say hello to this week's featured artist, Speedo, Harmonica Jones.
Hey, Speedo.
Yeah, what's happening, Rosie?
Oh, not a whole lot, but I got a question for you.
And what is that?
I'm just wondering, do you ever wake up in the morning and you think it's going to be a really good day?
On occasion.
Yeah, but sometimes something happens.
I know what you mean.
Well, my question is, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna get me a bottle of Jack Daniel's whiskey. I'm gonna go in my room and I'm gonna lock the door and I'm gonna play the blues, yeah.
Well, I'm okay with the blues, but the whiskey, man? Nah. Me? I just shake my head from side to side and I say, you know what, Speedo?
And what's that?
That ain't right. No, that ain't right at all. And let me tell you something else. You dial your man at home, and some other woman picks up the phone, and that ain't right. That ain't right at all.
That vending machine must be high on crack.
I know which one.
Took my money and gave me nothing back. And that ain't right. That ain't right at all, yeah.
Sometimes you're out there in your favorite dress, and some other woman is wearing it best, and that ain't right. No, not at all. Tell me something else, Speedy.
You know, gigs are hard to come by these days.
Yes, they are.
And with all the passion that we play, that ain't right.
No.
That ain't right at all, yeah.
Sometimes you wait an hour in line, and then your card is declined, and that is so wrong. That is wrong, 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 and you know that ain't right. When the dude ain't got no money, and he says, hey baby, come on over here and give me some of your honey. No, that ain't right. That ain't right at all. Come on, you guys. That ain't right.
That ain't right.
It ain't right at all.
Right at all.
No, that ain't right.
That ain't right.
Ain't right at all.
Right at all.
No, that ain't right.
That ain't right.
It ain't right at all.
Right at all.
Oh no, that ain't right.
That ain't right.
It ain't right at all.
Right at all.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 that ain't right at all. It ain't right at all. You go pick up your pay, and the man says no dollars today. That ain't right. Look at that roomy bed, and your woman wants the couch instead. Ow! Now you know that ain't right. That ain't right at all. That ain't right.
This week's featured artist, Speedo, Harmonica, Jones. Well done, Speedo.
That's an incredible tune. I learned it from my all-time favorite vocalist and songwriter, Miss Shakura Saida from Toronto.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's start with some history if we can.
Sure.
Let's talk about when you began musically. How old were you when you first picked up a harmonica?
15.
What made you decide this is something you were going to do in life?
Actually, I was on the subway, and it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was alone. This guy, long hair, comes down, sits next to me, starts playing like Paul Butterfield. And at that moment, I had an epiphany. I said, I want to do that. And like maybe within a couple of months later, I wasn't doing as good as him, but I was doing it.
So did you hit the stores and go buy some Paul Butterfield stuff? And
I already had Paul Butterfield.
You already had
I
him.
already had Butterfield and, and John Mayall and Sonny Boy Williamson, Little Walter. I had all that stuff. But it was actually just seeing the guy sit next to me on the train. That was it. That was the epiphany. That was like the gift from God.
It grabbed you hard right
then
and there. Age 15, huh?
15.
I thought you were going to say 2 in the morning. That would have made for a stronger blues story. 2 p.m., that's okay. That's all right. Great beginning, man. Great beginning. So at age 15, are you taking lessons? Are you self-taught?
Totally self-taught. Matter of fact, I started just playing in the subway for the echo. Really.
Strong reverb.
Yeah.
You enjoyed that. You got the hat out, getting tips and what have you as people are walking by type of thing?
No, I really wasn't even doing it for the money. I was just doing it for the sound.
Just for the love and
Yeah.
just starting to find yourself with it. Very cool, man. Very cool. Let's talk about junior high, high school days, 18, 20, out of high school. What are you doing musically? You got a band going at this point?
I had some bands from high school and all, and I think
I was going to say like garage band type stuff?
No, I mean we played some local gigs. We played at the local high school and everything.
Are you underage playing in venues and in bars and what have you?
No, I think actually the biggest venue I played was with the Climax Blues Band at Belmont Racetrack, which is right near where I
The
lived.
Climax Blues Band.
1978 that one was.
There's only a couple of those guys left, if I'm not mistaken.
And I played with them in England.
No kidding.
Derek Holt and John Cuffley, the only 2 original members left.
Very cool, man. Very cool. So let's talk about out of high school. What are you doing with the band? You're out of high school. Are you playing in venues? Are you touring? Are you sitting around writing, creating originals? Are you learning covers? What are you doing?
Well, I was always writing songs. I was always a songwriter. And I think one of the first clubs I played was Samantha's in Woodmere, and that was maybe around, 1976.
How comfortable were you the first time you were on stage playing to a live audience?
No, I was very comfortable. It was like natural. It was like just playing in your own bedroom. It was really good.
Your first time on stage in front of an audience, you were that comfortable?
Yeah.
Really?
I just felt this is my calling in life.
No butterflies, no nervousness, none of that?
No, just this is it, and you're just like, you're playing and people are listening, and you're just like that symbiosis going back and forth.
To be that comfortable that early in age for the first time, that's unusual, man.
Well, really, by that time, I think I was more like 17 and all.
You were a whole 17.
It was like
so you were a mature kid at this point.
It was like 2 years after I learned how to play.
That's wild. That's the great beginning, man. Great beginning. Let's keep it moving, man. Let's put you guys back to work. Let's get into another couple of tunes. What are we doing next?
It's a tune called Too Many Tears. It's going to feature our drummer, Ray.
You good to go?
Sure.
Once again on the Long Island Blues Warehouse, we are going to keep it moving with Speedo, Harmonica, Jones.
Don't know what led up to this. Lord, I don't have a clue. How did everything get so tangled up? I never meant to hurt you, yeah.
You should have been there for me, baby, standing right by my side. Now things have changed and I've got to go. Too many tears have cried, too many tears.
Too many tears.
Oh, I cried in vain.
I cried in vain for you.
Ooh, ooh, too many tears.
Too many tears.
Oh,
Lord, let me out.
just like rain. stuff that he's been taking, y'all. Just won't let it last. Woo! Well, baby, where can that man be? Somebody help me now. He's standing on the corner. He's making out on the streets. But the joking check it out for a $20 trick. Ow! Well, baby, tell me where can my baby be? You know, somebody help me now. He's standing on the corner. He's making out on the street. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Where can my baby be? Gotta find him. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Where can my baby be now? Oh, help me now. He's standing on the corner. He's making out on the street. He's standing on the corner. He's making out on the street. I want to tell you now, he's standing on the corner, making out on the street.
This week's featured artist, Speedo, Harmonica, Jones. Well done, people. Well done, as always. Speedo!
What's happening, Buck?
It's good to have you on the stage, my man.
Same here.
Let me start by saying that. You've had an interesting opportunity to work with some pretty cool people over the years. One individual I want to start with, he sang with Kim Simmons from Savoy Brown from like 67 to 1970. Of course, I'm talking about Chris Yulden.
And that song we did was a Chris Yulden tune, but it's a tune that's not on any record.
An obscure track that nobody would know.
Yeah, actually, I met the guy who recorded with him in Sweden. He's from Texas, but he's also from Sweden. I met him outside a little club in Falun, which was owned by Klaus Ingstrom.
How long ago? Klaus Ingstrom.
You know Klaus, yeah. This was probably about 5 years ago.
I've worked with Klaus Ingstrom.
Yeah.
What a great guitar player. They call him the Hendrix of Scandinavia.
Yes, they do. I played with him, too.
Very cool. You know what? I emceed a show for Blue Storm Music called Walking with the Kings. The music of B.B. King, Albert King. What king am I missing?
Freddie.
Freddie was on that. They did the music of Freddie as well. And Klaus was one of the players that performed on that project.
As was I, as was John Paris.
John Paris, Vince Converse.
Yeah. Nathaniel Peterson.
Nathaniel Peterson.
I played with all of them.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Joe Louis Walker, you worked with Joe.
Joe was on my last record. Matter of fact, that song, Making Out in the Street, on the last record, he sings it.
One of the shows we did a few weeks ago, a young lady that played saxophone, you know very well, Vanessa Collier.
Vanessa, good friend of mine.
And Noe Soha on guitar. Most of the band played with Joe.
Yeah, well, that was Joe's backup band, I think, for about a year or year and a half.
You also worked with a young lady, another phenomenal New York City singer named Sari Shore, who played with Joe.
And played with me on my last record,
and
too.
you as well on your last record. Pretty cool, man. I love the circle. I love the circle. From the Blues Brothers, Matt Guitar Murphy.
With Charles Brown. I played with Matt Guitar Murphy and Charles Brown at a club called Tramps, a friend of mine.
Tramps, New York City's own Tramps.
The original one on 15th Street.
Shut down like 20 years ago.
Yeah, but he was
What a great venue, man.
It was one of the best.
I emceed a few shows there.
Matter of fact, here's a true story. The first time I ever played with Kim Simmons, he was playing Billy Butler's guitar, and Billy Butler was playing that night with Charles Brown. So I actually played with Kim Simmons before Savoy Brown with Charles Brown on piano. And the tune we did was True Blue, which is a tune that was written by Billy Butler, I think in 1955.
Very cool, man. Very cool. I love the history. Another highlight for you that I'm intrigued about, Albert Collins.
Yeah, I just gave you the record with Albert Collins. That was done at Irving Plaza.
How'd you cross paths with Albert?
I'd just been going to shows, you know, backstage and hanging out with him, and he kept saying, I'm going to get you up, I'm going to get you up. And like after maybe about 2 years, I'm at Irving Plaza, and he says, okay, tonight's the night, babe.
No kidding.
And out of nowhere, somebody was recording it in the audience. So I got the tape. It was a pretty good tape, so I got the tape, and I remixed it, and it's out on Blues from the Archives, Volume 1. The tune is called Blues for Speedo and Albert.
Very cool.
It's actually an instrumental version of If Trouble Was Money, but it's an instrumental version. It's got like great sax player on it by Ablock and a guy named John, Detroit Rob Knowles. It took me years to find out that guy's name. He's doing second guitar. Alan Batts on the keyboard, and myself on the harmonica.
I look forward to giving it a listen, man. I look for your latest CD, by the way. I work into my rotation on my Friday morning live show at 90.1 FM. WUSB.FM Fridays from 8 to 10. I play you on that all the time. You're a very well-received guy, man. A lot of my listening audience really enjoys what you're all about, especially your latest CD. So you just gave me a bunch of CDs. I'm looking forward to working that stuff into the rotation for that show as well.
I'm really excited about that.
So
Thank
you
you
for that, man. Let's keep it moving. Let's put you guys back to work. We'll come back and talk to some of these other fine players. What are we doing next?
This is a Righteous Brothers tune that nobody's ever heard of. It's from the very first record. And this is our own interpretation of the B-flat blues.
No standards tonight. It's all obscure tracks, man. I like it.
Either originals or obscure ones. Yeah.
I love it, man.
Okay.
I'm excited. Let's do it. Once again on the Blues Warehouse, we're going to keep it moving with Speedo, Harmonica Jones.
I'm gonna tell you people why I feel this so bad. Lord, I want to tell you people why I feel so bad. Cause when I woke up this morning, oh Lord, I lost the best girl I ever had. Why don't you talk about the blues, Rosie? And wail it. Come on, Rosie.
I started crying when he left me and he walked out the door. Yes, he did. Yeah, I started crying the way he left me and he walked out the door. Yeah. You know what, Speedo?
What's that, Rosie?
You know, he said, you got to find you a new daddy, 'cause I can't afford you, mama, no more. No more.
Well, I'm feeling bad and I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling lonely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, talk about the blues. blues.
Yeah, yeah.
Lord, I got a
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna feel the blues, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, I got a feeling the blues. My baby left me.
I said I'm gonna be here.
I don't know what to do.
I said I'm gonna be here.
I said I'm gonna feel the
I
blues.
said I'm gonna feel the blues. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna feel the
Got to
blues.
feel the blues, yeah. I said I'm gonna be here. Well, I'm gonna knock myself out.
Yeah.
Wrap myself in adhesive tape and drop myself in the nearest pool of water. You know why, Speedy?
Why is that, Rosie?
Because it's got to be.
Well, it's got to be that way. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Boy, oh boy. This week's featured artist, Speedo, Harmonica Jones. Roseanne Freeman, lead vocals. Well done, kiddo.
Thank you.
I want to direct my conversation over to you for a moment, if I can. How are you doing, my dear?
Wonderful. I'm
Welcome
the
to the
happiest when I'm doing music.
well. Welcome to the Blues Warehouse. It's great having you in here.
Wonderful to be here.
Let's talk about some history with you, if we can. Let's talk about when you began musically. Did you start singing basically in the womb? If I had to guess.
Thank you so much for that. Actually, I owe my music to my father's influence. He was an avid listener of every type of music you could think of. I started out with classical piano.
You played classical piano as a child.
Yes, I.
Do you still today?
I started at 7. Very little.
Okay.
The singing is so much more immediate gratification, but I fell in love with Beethoven and Mozart and Liszt and Schubert, and I went over to blues and rock because of the passion.
Now, were those types of music being played when you were a child in the house?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes,
So you,
all the
you
time.
gravitated to that stuff at the early age.
very much so. Plus all the standards, Frank Sinatra and everyone, all the singers from the 50s.
All that classic jazz
Sarah
stuff as well.
Vaughan.
Sarah Vaughan.
Please ask me who my idol is.
You don't have just one.
Well, my singing idol, I have one main one.
Okay, who would that be?
Aretha Franklin.
Okay. Did you get her new CD yet?
No, but I did meet her.
You met her. Where did you meet Aretha
My
Franklin?
husband's laughing. I met her after a show on Long Island a couple of years ago. I
Which venue?
gave her a card.
Westbury Music Fair.
Music Fair.
Where else is she going to play in Long Island?
Yes, and she was. I told her out of all the people in the world I had ever wanted to meet, it was her.
That's exciting.
And she was very touched, believe it or not.
How long ago did you get to meet her?
Like maybe 4 years ago.
That's awesome.
It was a gift from God, for
God
sure.
bless. Very nice.
you.
Very nice. How did you cross paths with Speedo and this ensemble
Well,
of players?
I had a blues band a few years ago. and
Called?
we- I think we were called Big Blues at that time. I'm not really sure. Was
Okay.
it? I think it was Big Blues, and we auditioned a number of harmonica players, and I really fell in love with Speedo's passion.
Very nice.
Obviously,
strong
his
passion.
ability, but the passion is what it's all about.
Tremendous passion within, without a doubt. Well, what a great dynamic you make to this project, Roseanne.
Thank
and I
you,
thank you
Mark.
so much for what you're all about musically. Look forward to seeing a lot more of you. You're going to be in the studio recording with these guys sometime
Yes.
soon, I hope?
Yes.
Very nice. God bless. Great having you on the stage. Roseanne Freeman, lead vocals. Let me grab your husband on guitar if I can, and backing vocals. Stretch Gibson. How you doing, Stretch?
Good, thank you.
I can't imagine how you got that nickname.
Well, actually, that's my stage name. Speedo gave me that a long time ago.
Okay, okay.
Back. I don't even want to know when. Maybe 30 years ago.
You're undoubtedly the tallest. I can't. But the drummer's sitting down. I'm assuming you're the tallest guy on the stage.
Oh,
all
he's
right.
pretty big.
Let's talk about when you picked one of these up for the first time. How old?
12.
You were
13,
12.
13.
What made you decide this was a direction you were heading into?
I saw the Beatles.
I was
Hard
just going
Day's
to say,
Night
someone on the
Out,
stage is going to say the Beatles.
and everybody was picking up guitars, and I just fell in love with it. You know?
So the Ed Sullivan Show, watching the Beatles.
Maybe, yeah. That might
As a
have-
kid.
Yeah.
Did you pick? You picked one of these up at age 12?
12, I started taking lessons and learning. Yeah, I went to Berkeley. I studied on Long Island.
You went to Berkeley as
Berkeley
well.
College of Music. Yeah, I studied with Billy Bauer on Long Island.
No kidding.
And I played with a lot of different musicians on Long Island, from New York City all the way out, almost to Montauk Point.
Do you work in any projects outside of this musically right now?
Not at the moment.
This is the only project.
Yeah, this is all we're doing.
What are some other things you've done musically to speak of? Any other projects?
I played rock. I played Irish music. I played a lot of different things.
Irish music.
Yeah.
My wife will appreciate that. Very cool, man. Very cool. Another great dynamic. Do you and your wife do, I mean, have you guys ever done like acoustic duet type of shows?
We tried it a few times, yeah.
I can pitch because there's, you know, that's the way to make money on Long Island, obviously.
Right.
You can't take a band like this many pieces and everybody get paid $100 or $150 a person, unfortunately. It's tough. Those gigs are far and few in between. But to take the husband and wife team with an acoustic guitar and make $150 a night on a Wednesday or Thursday night, you could do that all day long.
I'm sure.
And with her ability and with what you're all about, it's food for thought, that's all. No, it's food for thought. It's great having you on the stage, my man.
Thank you very much.
It's great dynamic. I really appreciate what you're all about, the two of you. I thank you so much. Let me grab one more. Let me grab the other guitar player if I can. Anthony Guido. How you doing, Anthony?
Okay.
Yeah, jump up to that mic if you would. It's good to have you on the stage. You look familiar to me, and I don't know why. Do you play? Have you played with other projects around the island in the past?
Not too many. No, most of my gigs were like in Manhattan.
Okay.
You know.
What age were you when you picked one of these up for the first time?
13.
You were 13. What was the influence?
Probably Beatles also. You know.
The Beatles, the Ed Sullivan days.
Yeah, I was 10 though when that
Okay,
happened, you know.
okay. I can appreciate that. What are you doing like junior high and high school days musically? Are you playing in garage bands? Are you gigging out? Are you just...
I did a lot of that, and in school I played in the school bands too, so I used to play the string bass. So, you know, did that a lot.
The passion became strong with this instrument though.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, it's a lot of fun.
Well, you do a nice job with it, and
Thank you.
it's great having you on the stage. Another great added element, another great dynamic to the Speedo project. So I thank you for that. Anthony Guido on the guitar. Thank you, sir. Speedo, let's put you guys back to work. What are we doing next?
There's a tune I dedicated to all my friends at the New York City Transit Authority. This is called Better Dead Than Canarsie. It's original. It's on
Say the name of it again.
Better Dead Than Canarsie. It's from my days working as a dispatcher in Canarsie.
You're killing me. You're killing me. I love the tunes you pulled out for the show tonight, and I say we do it. You good to go?
We're good, baby.
Once again on the Blues Warehouse, let's keep it moving with Speedo, Harmonica Jones.
Better dead than can I say? Know what I'm talking about.
Know what I'm talking about?
Better dead than can I say? Really ain't no doubt.
Really ain't no doubt.
Places a walking nightmare. Death is the only way out. You wanna know why?
Wow.
'Cause working in Canarsie, like a baby pooping in your lap.
Working.
Well, now working in Canarsie, like a baby pooping in your lap.
Working.
You try so hard to clean it, but you can't believe that crap. Well, you can't live by promotion, can't live by a pitch. Well, you can't live by promotion, can't live by a pitch. Only way out is in a pine box, and that's really, really sick. I can talk right now, Mr. Stretch Gibson. Stretch! get kinda hard to see.
Can't see, can't see, can't see.
Yeah, when Satan's your dispatcher, it get kinda hard to see.
Can't see, can't see, can't see.
You catch the bus to Canarsie, 'cause the train went B.I.E. Come on, Anthony. The only way out.
Oh yeah, this week's featured artist, Speedo, Harmonica Jones. Well done, people, as always. I want to grab on the bass, if he'll make his way up to one of these mics, Mr. Frank BESEGLIA. How you doing, Frank?
Good, Mark. How you been?
It's good to have you back on this stage with me. You did this show about a year ago, year and a half maybe. 2 years? Was it 2 years?
Going on 2 years.
Now that I think about it, with the Bodie Infusion project.
Right.
Allie Stone.
Yep.
You've changed direction a little bit, it appears.
With this project, well, I've played with Speedo for quite a few years now.
How'd you cross paths with Speedo?
We worked together.
The day job?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So, yeah, one day Speedo was putting this together years ago and said to me, hey, you play bass, don't you? And I said, yeah. He said, well, we're looking for a bass player. Why don't you come down? And I did. And here I am.
And here you are. And here you are. And if you go to liblues.com, click on the webisodes link and scroll down to Bodie Infusion, your backstory can be told on that webisode.
Yep.
So that's the story on that. But another great addition to this project, my man. It's good to see you back on the stage.
Thanks, Mark. Good
Welcome back to the Blues Warehouse.
Thank you.
Frank BESEGLIA on the bass. Thank you so much. Let's grab on the drum kit. He's already got the mic all set up for chatting. Stormy Ray Hare.
Hello.
How you doing, Ray?
Good.
Welcome to the show, my man.
Thank you.
Love what you're all about behind the kit.
Pleasure to be here.
Feels good back there, doesn't it?
It's great.
It sounds good out here.
The guys here are great. Everybody's beautiful.
All these guys are top notch.
These guys are the best.
If you got to go to a studio to do a show like this is the place to be, EKO, always. Or just to come in with the band and rehearse. Or if you come in and do your own video. Listen, I could talk about these guys all day. These guys are great. But What makes my show great is bringing in all these great players like this massive ensemble. Let's talk about some history with you. Let's talk about when you began. What age were you when you got behind the kit?
13.
What made you decide this was a direction you were heading into in life?
Ringo Starr and
Ringo
and
always back to the
Buddy
Beatles.
Rich. But watching Buddy Rich on TV
And Buddy Rich as well.
But Ringo was I saw Buddy Rich and that was like unachievable, And then I saw Ringo and I thought, I could probably do that.
Are you anywhere near Buddy Rich today?
I don't know.
In your opinion?
Close to death.
You know that's not what I meant. You know that's not what I meant. Are you self-taught, by the way? Or were you taking lessons?
I did take lessons years ago.
Okay.
And then I was involved with drum corps, and then I played with
which drum corps?
Actually, it was Monsignor Farrell drum corps in Staten Island.
Staten Island.
Staten Island.
My wife hates when I bring this up, but soprano bugle and the West Sayville Fire Department Drum and Bugle Corps. Been doing it for 15 years, playing the horn.
Fantastic.
So every time I hear a drum corps, she knows that I'm going to bring her up. She gets annoyed, but sorry, honey, too bad. Very cool, though, man. Very cool. Another guy that can definitely exchange dates with the best of them. How long have you been working with Speedo?
I guess about a couple of years now.
How'd you cross paths?
Well, as mutual friend Anthony.
Okay.
He was always talking about this guy, Speedo, how great he was. And one day they said, geez, they needed a drummer. I came out. They actually came to a show, and they came to my house. And the first time I played with him, it was like we had always played together. I mean, there's certain chemistry there.
It clicked immediately.
It clicked immediately. It was
the chemistry was there. You guys
yeah.
jived right out of the gate.
I didn't sleep that night.
You got excited. You got excited.
Exactly.
You were excited about being a part of the ensemble, man.
Exactly.
And what a great fit you make, man. What a great fit you make with this project.
Thank you.
Keep going strong. Stormy Ray Hare, vocals and drums. Great having you, man. Speedo?
Yes.
How you doing, buddy?
It's great to be
You got a website people can check out?
I have one. It's sort of in the making, but it's up now. It's called Speedo, HarmonicaJones.com.
SpeedoHarmonicaJones.com. And I trust you're going to be updating it regularly?
Yes. Well, I also have 2 Facebook pages and 3 YouTube channels.
As well.
Yeah.
Very cool. I didn't know about the YouTube channels.
3 of them. One is like 7 hours of music.
Well, I got to check those out myself. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and then, I have my favorite vocalists on there. That's the second one. I have my favorite instrumentalists. It's my third one. And actually, my favorite instrumentals, you might think of harmonica players, but my big inspiration is tenor sax players, like King Curtis.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. My all-time favorite is Red Prysock. Red Prysock, I almost recorded with him, too, in '84, but he died just before I could do a record.
We just lost a massive sax player yesterday in the UK, Raphael Ravenscroft. Nobody recognizes that name, I'm sure. Do we all remember Jerry Rafferty?
Yes.
Remember the song Baker Street?
Baker Street, yes.
That guy. That's my cousin Paul, who plays drums in England. His sax player, he passed away yesterday. Speaking of another great loss we had this week, so I had to throw that in there. No. We got time for 2 more, my man.
Okay, so
let's get another one in, then we'll do our goodbyes, and you fellas, boys and girls will play us out.
This is a very quiet tune. It's going to feature Rosanne doing an amazing vocal, and me doing a very sparse harmonica behind her, and this is called 2 Drink Minimum.
Long Island Blues Warehouse, let's keep it moving with Speedo, Harmonica Jones.
Promise fade, and the sun forgets to rise. I'm lonely and I'm thirsty, but it's better I'll stay dry. Never more than 2 drinks away from crying. Stare into the glass, wait for the time to pass. But you know I must decline. Never more than 2 drinks away from crying. There used to be a time when I could hold my pain. I'd love to drown my sorrow, but I cannot tell a lie. Never more than 2 drinks away from crying.
Great job, guys. Great job. Before you play us out, we got to do some goodbyes. I want to start with, let me see, who do I want to start with? Right here on the guitar next to me, Stretch Gibson, guitar and vocals. Thank you so much, Stretch. Great having you, my man.
Thanks very much.
Back there on the drum kit, Stormy Ray Hare. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great having you, my man. On the bass, Mr. Frank Beseglia. Thank you so much, Frank. Great having you back. On the other guitar, Mr. Anthony Guido. Thank you so much. Lead vocals, the lovely and extremely talented Rosanne Freeman. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great having you on the stage, kiddo. Well done. And last, but certainly not least, vocals and harp, Speedo, Harmonica, Jones. Well done, Speedo.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much for being a part of the Blues Warehouse. Great contribution to the show today. You guys are going to play us out, but before you do, I want to remind everybody to check out EKO Studios, of course, at ekoproductions.com. They are the official studio of the Blues Warehouse. And a reminder, every Friday morning from 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time, WUSB.FM. Check out my live blues show right here on Long Island at 90.1 FM. I thank you so much for that. For the Blues Warehouse, I'm Mark Klein at liblues.com. And thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to say goodbye as they play us out. One more time, let's say goodbye to Speedo, Harmonica, Jones. Thank you, Speedo.
You love me, drink champagne out of my slipper. Yeah, you told me that you love me, drink champagne out of my slipper. The next thing I know, your hand is down someone else's zipper. Never stop that funkin', baby, stop that funkin' around. You better stop that funkin', baby, stop that funkin' around. If you don't stop fucking right, you're gonna funk yourself right into the ground.
Used to say you love me, baby, now you're calling me a slob. Well, you used to say you love me, baby, now you're calling me a slob.
Oh, that is
Do you feel left for you to be found. On the guitar, Anthony Guido.